Parliamentary Secretary from the Ministry of Family Affairs is here to mark a special occasion, the public signing of Thilo Schüssler's contract. Schüssler is one of the first in Germany to join the new federal volunteer service. This replaces the system of conscientious objectors performing community service to avoid military draft. Both men and women can join voluntarily.
I joined the Federal Volunteer Service to do something useful for society, in combination with something that's fun for me, and in this case it's sports.
He'll be helping the elderly at a Berlin sports and health facility for €330 a month. But far fewer people are volunteering than the government had hoped. Out of 35,000 planned positions, only about 3,500 have been filled.
Nicht zu sehr nach hinten fallen, ne? Aufrecht bleiben.
On the issue of the number of volunteers, it's much too early to make a statement. The law has only been in effect for a few weeks, and no law in the world is evaluated after 3 or 4 weeks. It has to develop.
The community service programme drew 90,000 conscientious objectors a year. The government would be hard-pressed to recruit that many volunteers under the new system, even if more men and women sign up.
Realistically speaking, certain programs, such as providing chaperones for the cinema, city walks, or recreational activities, can't be offered on the same scale as they were under the community service system.
It's clear there's no one-to-one replacement for the community service system. It was compulsory with 90,000 participants each year. Minister Schröder said from the start, ending the community service system will have consequences. Hopefully no one thinks you could end compulsory military service without anyone noticing. Of course they would. And you notice it in the social sector too.
The new volunteer service is open to anyone, old, young, male or female. Anyone who is willing to volunteer full-time for at least 6 months is welcome. The system has come under fire from the union representing Germany's caregivers. It says that instead of creating new jobs in the field, the government is paying volunteers just €330 a month to do the work.
That's not nearly enough. It has to be supplemented with other sources of income. Basically, the working conditions have to be configured so a person is assured of having enough to make a living.
Chancellor Merkel also promoted the new volunteer service in her weekly video podcast. She said the point isn't to earn money, it's about social engagement.
It doesn't matter if you want to study technical subjects later on or have a job working with people. An experience like this can be incredibly helpful.
Thilo Schüssler has now been working for 3 weeks in the volunteer programme. His employer finds it good to have someone who's chosen to be there, not on compulsory community service.
We used to have to filter out all the indifferent applicants. Now we have fewer, but more qualified people. It's made the choice easier.
Schüssler enjoys his work and he's learning a lot. But he finds it irritating that he would have earned €1,000 a month if he had volunteered to join the armed services instead of working in the social sector.
No, I don't think it's fair. Volunteer soldiers and federal volunteers are both doing a service for society and the country. Both of them should be paid about the same amount.
Some of Schüssler's friends don't understand why he wants to volunteer for a year. They consider it wasted time. But for Schüssler, it's not really about earning money or launching a career. He's here to do something good for society.